Hello friends and welcome. I'm Sarah Liz and today I get to share a sneak peek with you of the new release for July 2026. We're going to use the Fishbowl Circle Card add-on and we're going to make a fun shaped card. I'm actually going to use the same die set to create the backer for this, but it is a perfectly sized die set to put on the circle shaped card. This one has everything you need for a tiny fishbowl, a shipwreck, a goldfish, and some little plants to float around in there. But this is just one piece of a larger release that has huge fun fish themed sentiments, more add-ons, a porthole, a beach ball. I have more cards to share with you at the very end, sneak peeks that are top secret. All of this will release on Thursday, June 2nd, but let's go ahead and get started. To create my background, I've used the largest die to cut some medium blue cardstock, but the best ink I had here is actually quite dark. So I made sure to pick up some ink and then pounce that onto my glass surface. You could use the lid of the ink pad as well, but I want to get an even coat of that ink all over the brush to make sure I don't end up with weird streaks. Then I will pounce some more of that onto my glass surface and add some water, and I'm going to splatter all over the background. I find that making sure I have plenty of water is one of the best ways to get a really great even distribution of ink all over. And then once that's on there, I'm also going to add some sparkly splatter. It is a little translucent and very shimmery. It ends up just gorgeous when it's all done. I'm going to use what's left over on my brush. I didn't add any more ink and I'm coming into the top. This is where you can sort of see the top surface of the water. And then we can start adding a little bit of ink and assembling the smaller die cuts that fit perfectly inside this bowl. I love that there is a shipwreck. It is such a great addition. I had cut my sails out of bright white and that just didn't feel right given the wreckage that this is. So I used my little blending brush from Trinity and added just a little bit of brown ink, whatever was left over on that brush here, just to darken them up a little bit so they didn't look quite so clean. And then I'm going to go ahead and start assembling my pieces. I have an early version of the die set. So there's a window here, but that window will cut differently in your finished die just to make it a little bit easier to use. So be aware of that. And then I'm gonna bring in that same blending brush. These are the shading Sidekicks. If you haven't seen them, they are fantastically fluffy. They are great for adding just that little hint of ink. And that finishes up our ship. Then I cut the plants that come in that same die set. And on the lighter green cardstock, I'm coming in with my medium green ink, and then I'll bring in a darker green for the two pieces I cut out of darker green cardstock. I'm using my Clingy Craftmate. This is holding all of those little die cuts in place, and then that just makes it so I'm not gonna bend or accidentally pick up one of those little skinny pieces. It'll keep everything nice and crisp and clean. Then I'm coming in with a little bit of, it's actually leftover black ink for this piece, but I'm looking at it upside down and I won't realize it until later. Here, I've got it in my tweezers thinking that the mound goes on top, but that goes on the bottom. It is the exact same shape as the bottom of that fishbowl. It just nestles right in there. To help me get everything lined up correctly, I have the top layer of the fishbowl just temporarily taped right on top, so I know where that bottom edge is going to be. My ship then nestles perfectly right against, it's probably a mound of sand, but I wanted more contrasting color, so mine's a rock, right? Maybe it's what wrecked the ship. And then this piece, that top piece of water, actually goes on the front part of the fishbowl, and I've added a little bit of ink on there as well. I wanted to add a little more dimension to the bowl itself. I cut it out of the lightest shade of blue cardstock that I have. And then this is just like a hint of stone blue. It's the same tone, but a lighter shade than what I was using before. And then this one will be just that ring around the top. So I feel like this is sort of our glass fishbowl. And when you look inside, you're really just seeing the back side of the fishbowl, not the water. So I didn't fill anything into the oval of this piece that I'm laying down now, right? That felt right here. But certainly you could fill that in if you wanted a fishbowl that was really full. So I'll add that on, and now when I'm laying down small pieces like this, I like to add a little squiggle of glue. I'm using a silicone mat, but a scratch piece of paper would work as well. And then I just tap my little die cut pieces into that glue, and I don't have to worry about trying to get glue into all of those tiny little places or anything pulling up. This is going to be a shaker, right? And I don't want my shaker pieces to accidentally bend something either. So I'm usually pretty careful when putting die cuts on the inside to make sure that it's going all the way to the edges of little pieces like these plants. Got one more piece. I will say I went into some of them with a marker as well. I didn't show it on camera because I don't think you can really tell, but there's lots of ways to add tons of detail there. This elegant goldfish is, well, it wouldn't have to be a goldfish, but this elegant fish is stunning, but it does have a lot of little inlay pieces. So I tapped the outline into my glue and added that to my card, and then I'll just add glue into all those pieces. My cardstock stayed inside the die, which I do very carefully. I sort of slide it off of my mat instead of picking it up. And then that way I can just lay the die cut metal piece on top of the paper piece and press firmly through the little holes to release those pieces straight into the glue. Then there is an eye, a little fin. There's a smile too, but I didn't add that. There's a second die to add a white highlight to the eye, but I just used a white acrylic marker. To create our shaker, I have cut this top layer. You just use the largest die, and then there's a piece you can sort of inlay into that and cut at the same time to create the cutout for the water. And I have cut the largest piece then again from a piece of acetate, and I'll just glue that onto the back. Then I'm going to use some 2mm foam. This is just sort of standard depth foam strips. And I'm removing both sides of the release paper so I can curve it right around the edge of this fishbowl. I love that you've got just a little bit of wiggle room. It's not exactly as wide as my foam. It's a little bit wider than that, which I think is really nice because it's a little more forgiving this way. I will fill in the top as much as I can. I'm being very careful to make sure that this piece in particular is going to touch the foam on either side. But at the very top of the card is where I'll create the hinge for my shaped card. And so I want to make sure there's plenty to press firmly against to make sure everything is adhered nicely. I grabbed my sparkle spots here. They're the perfect bubbles in our little fishbowl. So I have Celeste is the sort of muted blue tealy tone, and white as well. And then I'll remove the rest of the release paper from my foam tape, and I will pick this up, and I'm going to add a little bit of wet glue to get everything lined up. Because this is a shaped card with a lot of rounded edges, I'm going to use my fingers to get the pieces lined up on top of each other before I press firmly. And that glue just lets the top piece float on top of the bottom piece. So I've got just a moment to wiggle everything. You can see me sort of checking all the sides with my fingers. And once it's where I want it, I press, and that foam tape grabs instantly. And so it's sort of the best of both worlds. I'm going to give that a minute for the glue to start to set up before I flip it over. I don't want to end up with my little shaker bit stuck in the sides. And I'm going to add a very simple greeting to the front. This is the Simply Sentimental Hello. And I'm using the dies only, but there are stamps. The die cut hello words are the exact same size as the stamped hellos. And then you can also use the shadow layers to cut out the stamped words as well. And then you get a bunch of sub-sentiments. So I'm just tapping a little bit of glue off on my mat here, and I'll use some white shimmer cardstock on top of navy. Again, sort of in the same tone of blue as the rest of my fishbowl. And I will add that right on top of the acetate, and I'll hold that carefully in place until the glue starts to set up. To finish this off and create an actual card out of it, I've cut the large fishbowl one more time. I'm actually going to rotate. I'm going to line these up on that score line that I have in white on my scoreboard just to make sure that it's straight. Then I'll fold it back, and I will add some glue to the top, and then you can see I'm going to take my time and line up the card before I press where that glue is and have it pick that up. But here is our finished card, my friends. We've got bubbles, a fish, an aquarium. Oh, it's so stinking cute and very sparkly. As promised, I have a few more cards to show you. This is the Porthole circle card add-on, and there are additional fish. Those are the tiny tropical fish, and they are gorgeous. Then we have a couple large sentiments like that. Thanks so much. I will have a tutorial coming up showing you how I made this very dimensional and layered porthole. And then one of my very favorites is the I Lava You sentiment that's coming out. And I put my little reflection in my sunglasses, and we'll do a double slider tutorial coming up. Friends, I will have links to everything below. Once the release goes live on July 2nd, be sure to check back for a hop and a giveaway. As always, thank you so much for spending your time with me. And I will see you next time.